All right, we're back. We are continuing here with the series. It's a best of 3, and we are in the final match. This final map. Spawning here in the top left corner of the map with a lot of Zerglings and a hell of a lot of Banelings. We have the red player from Team Liquid. Give it up for Snute.
The bottom right, as the blue Terran, it's MarineKing.
And some people have made some comments about the necessity of a compressor for my microphone. If you guys don't know, this is actually a brand new microphone. First cast with it. The previous one was breaking over time, sadly. And I still have to fiddle with the specs and the finesse of it to make it sound as good as my last one. So sorry if there is any peaking or anything like that. However, MarineKing going for an 11-11, but he doesn't put... This is MarineKing in a nutshell for you, right? Like, he's gonna go for an 11-11, but he doesn't even do it safely. He plays greedy because this saves him about 20 minerals to build the depot here, opposed to over here. I don't know if 20 minerals is the right number. It's something close to that, though. But the 11-11 goes in the middle because he doesn't know where Snute spawned. And we'll see how Snute deals with it. Snute's got very unique ways to deal with 11-11 Raxes, by the way. But he's going gas pool, so... Not gonna have to worry about any of those typical 3 spine crawlers in the main, queen on the low ground BS. No, indeed, he's just gonna go with a lot of leggings, and this could work.
This is gonna be a much harder follow-up for MarineKing than that last game where you just picked him up and moved him over 2 spaces and suddenly he had a wall. It won't work quite as well here, so... I don't want to call it just a hard counter, because, you know, things can happen, and simply maybe it isn't, but I wouldn't... I wouldn't think I was doing so well when that SCV scouts the lack of a hatchery, but then also that the gas is taken. It's rather quick speed. Although, you know, Snute will not realize the 2 racks until quite some time.
And just before this kicks up, I want to give a big shout out to Haynes for the win, lurking around in chat. That's actually the main tank of my WoW guild. Really nice guy. Just giving him a howdy.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, I was going to say, where are the
he was
units going?
Trying to dodge the Overlord more? I don't know. It's like you know when you're playing a racing game and you lean to the right as you steer to the right? You know it doesn't do anything, but...
Oh, it helps. Oh, it helps. Get you feeling into the game.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. So the drone goes out here, seeing that SCV, and he is prepared to deal with a bunker being placed down. 2 lings for now. We'll get 1...
Squashed.
Okay. Alright then, but you can cancel the hatchery, but MarineKing.
This is a bold as hell bunker placement. He'll get the Overlord, I think.
Oh, that's painful. That's painful.
Oh no. Oh, this is huge that he didn't kill this. This could have been devastating damage for Snute, but I think it's still gonna die ultimately, sadly.
Get it.
Unless
he's gonna the queen can protect it. Queen, go, queen, no, queen.
Okay,
queen, protect it. Okay.
There's the supply block. He's got another one on the way, but. The problem is, even though he's got speed started as quick as it did, MarineKing might be able to wall off the top of the ramp.
That's what I was wondering if he's going to do on the bottom to kill the rocks. But this is still looking... I mean, the speed is helpful, but only if you have links to use the speed. So far this isn't still looking so good. Supply block is over and done with, but now he has to deal with the bunker on the high ground and the low ground. You
know, this really sucks. If Snute had done... burrow over speed, roaches would have been fantastic. True actually likes to use that a lot to break 2 Raxes, and it has worked quite well in the past, but this is not a good start for Snute.
No, not the best. Really thought he'd be able to at least deny that top bunker, but I guess not. You know, roaches are still very hardy, and even that burrow they can take down... Okay, well, they're going to have burrow too. Alright. So that'll definitely be able to take down the bunkers. It's just be a very long process. Behind this, MarineKing is... expanding.
Oh man, I forgot. This is why they put rocks at the bottom of the ramps, to prevent this from happening.
That's what I was thinking in the first place. So I was like, you're gonna break down those rocks, ain't you? You're gonna just be that person.
This is like in 2v2 maps, for example, they don't have this. So there's some strategies I see in Hendrix and Masa do where they like put down the racks in the engineering bay to block off the bottom of a ramp while they 2v1 another player. So it kind of reminds me of that right now. But this is dirty. And Snute, I mean, it's not like a layers on the way. You can't go for a Nidus Worm. If he breaks the high ground bunker, he will have free reign to chip away at the ones on the low ground, but this is still a bad situation for him, because MarineKing 3 CCs behind this.
If he can bust, it's not really going to be like an explosive bust, it can be very slow, drawn out bust as he burrows and unburrows, but if he can, he might be able to do some return damage, but it is so... It's time is slipping away, man.
Yeah, you're telling me. I should be able to bust this first bunker. There's really not a lot of damage in it. It's been evacuated, pre-evacuated, so... there we go. You see, no, look, that's salvage? That's silly. As he pushes down here, there's a lot of Marines. It's going to be really hard to get these clutch bros off. If he misses even just one, it can be really devastating. But the second he breaks through this, MarineKing doesn't have a wall. There is nothing else on the other side of the map. So if Snute gets through this, he's still got kill potential.
If only he could bust this with just the roaches. Like, to use the banelings... Oh, it was a premature scan.
No, it wasn't. It was to get a high ground vision. It wasn't for detection. That's actually really sick.
But it didn't do anything.
It drove the entire thing back. Everything was attacking, coming down. We do have banelings, so it's going to bust through this. Not exactly speed roaches to get across the map.
To use the banelings on this, he doesn't really have all that much gas.
That's very true. This is.
It might be enough though. Like again, MarineKing did not well off back at home.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, now he is. Well,
even then, the roaches could help tear down that bunker pretty well.
That's true. That's true. Is this going to be enough banelings as well?
Snute's just going to go for it. Takes down that first bunker, walks through. Not burrowing the roaches. Baneling's going to pop on very little. Say anything effective.
Yeah, but he cleans it up, saves a couple of the banelings. He's still mining some gas, and he's going to go across the map. I don't know how this is going to go.
It's 3 CC from MarineKing. If he holds, he wins. That's kind of what it comes down to. There's just so many bunkers coming down, and this investment's not that big of a deal because he could salvage that a little bit later down the line. But for Snute, he is going to have to rely on the roaches, and the roaches aren't going to cut it. There's not enough of them. If he had a Nidus, I think he wins this game. But he doesn't.
Yeah, you can break down the back rocks. At least I'm going to be able to deal with one bunker. You have to use the roaches as well. It's not looking great for Snute. And yeah, he just revealed that he was going to do that, so the bunkers did go down. He needs MarineKing to just lift one of those barracks for him, and then I'll do something.
MarineKing actually needs one of the barracks to scout, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, not that one. The one blocking. Oh, MarineKing is actually playing the most defensive I've ever seen him play ever.
I know. For every this is what it is. For every game that we saw MarineKing lose a best of 3 series because he didn't build a bunker, it's all culminated down to this moment. One of the most important qualifiers.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Snute's gonna try and I hope double expand with these minerals coming up here and just lay on the pressure.
Okay.
This is probably the best way that he has, you know? Like, the all-in's not going to work now, so you double expand and you try and get back in the macro game, but against a guy who went 3 CC, you're going to need another surround like that one on Overgrowth to start.
I just feel like Snute's got such a good army, but there's just no way this takes on bunkers.
It's half the barrack, which is very annoying.
Yeah, it's got some good damage. Marines don't have range. Ooh. Meanwhile, he doesn't. He'll try and double expand, but I just feel like for MarineKing, if he decides to push, there's no stim, of course. He's got to watch out for the banelings. But if he can bait a fight near the bunkers, he runs in the bunkers, he wins the fight, he counterattacks, and Snute dies. So it's very important that Snute doesn't lose too much. That he's always paying attention to this army. That he just doesn't give it away for free. Oh, I forgot he had Burrow.
Oh, do you think MarineKing's gonna scan? Do you think he anticipates this?
I don't know, Zombie Grub. This is...
What if he never goes that way because the black rocks are broken down? He just expands to the right, and they never come into play. I'd be so disappointed.
I still think the potential of just having these down is cool. He could probably bait out a fight a little bit later on once there's stim in play and all these other things. But look at this. The turret down, he's expecting roaches to burrow like crazy. He's going to start salvaging some of these bunkers. And there's so many bunkers here. MarineKing has foregone a lot of tech doing this, but his 1-1's on the way. He's got, well, production because he just physically has a lot of barracks. Who needs reactors when you've got 11 racks?
Yeah. This is interesting.
This is
built
smart.
Down in workers.
I like that Snute didn't forget that he was playing on Deadwing, and then immediately goes back home to tear down these back rocks, just in case there's a tank drop.
It's possible.
That's the very last thing he needs to deal with right now.
Yeah.
Oh, macro hatchery. Is he just gonna go super banelings or anything? But there's no layer, there's no baneling speed. The macro hatchery doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Why not just a 4th base? Or drones? Okay, we'll see if that ends up paying out here. I mean, he's getting double Evo chambers, so he's playing the long game.
Oh, can you imagine if you had actually put these in the mineral lines instead?
Oh, you should. Well, I don't know. That would have gotten a lot of SCVs potentially, but getting the army, is that better?
Oh,
It might be better.
well, I was gonna say there's no guarantee that the army ever walked over this, but Snute, I hope you're watching, man. This is so close, so close. So many Marines without combat shields.
You go watch everything else, and my camera would have stayed right here.
Yeah, okay. You watch this in case. Yo, MarineKing might know this is here because when he tries to wall off, he might get blocked out and wonder why. And it'd be, oh, this gonna be so disappointing if that's the case. But if he puts his, if he actually continues in the same diagonal, he won't have that problem. Oh my god, there's so many WTFs going down right now. Snoot's got this selected. He's waiting, like.
Oh, what is the spread? What?
What does he have? And what?
Okay.
This is where you're just like, MarineKing, what are you, a map hacker? Jesus Christ.
We're not gonna get the satisfaction of seeing Baneling bombs.
I keep trying to come back here because I don't want to miss it. Yeah, okay, so he's walling around it. This is the long con. This is the investment. Not popping these up and killing 7 Marines now is better than you wait for like 20 more minutes, you get a huge chunk later.
I'm like, if I was that Baneling, I'd just start giggling and like reveal myself.
I know. This is like when okay, when we play Damn together, we're hiding in the closet. It's like, oh, but here we go. Snute, get it! Oh, that's a great first hit. MarineKing takes a pretty good chunk of his army, and a lot of these Marines are low. Without medevacs, continuing to push is a little bit crazy, to be honest. He's building some more Banelings back at home. He's got a lot of Banelings built up with those roaches.
That army supply is just, oh, it's double. Oh my god. I don't know if he could do this. He needs MarineKing to never split again. Like MarineKing.
Can't he get time for these Banelings, though? That's so many more Banelings. I'm not sure if Snoot's going to unbro those two, walk up to the mineral line, or what the case is going to be, but he's got no speed. This happened last time, but last time he was carried by that secondary attack, and there is no positioning for a secondary attack this time. And you can't burrow on creep. MarineKing's going to be scanning to clear up the creep.
Oh, the opener. Oh, that opener. It's so dirty for MarineKing. And Snute. I really think Snute was expecting like 14 CCs constantly with these 2 openers that he did. It's like they met by a T-Rex every single time. Gosh. Oh, if he could pull, it'd be miraculous.
Can he get the flank? Yo, there's a potential for the flank right here.
I don't even know if it's
Come down from the 3rd, go down from the 4th. I think
he's gonna get it.
Look at the splits though out of MarineKing. This is the guy who streams himself playing Marine Split all goddamn day, and it looks like he will take out. Oh, those last Baneling connects are really good, but is that enough? There's still round 2.
He cleans it up. He's still down in army supply, but only by 20. If he can reinforce decently, he needs time for Banelings. He could hold.
It's better than the half from before, but
bases.
MarineKing's on a tear though. He's pushing into this. He's gonna try and get the hatchery. Drones pulled into it. Can he save the base? It's on 30 health and it's good! The base lives!
Oh my god, Snute actually has a supply lead right now.
He's got 81 drones as well?
That's gonna die. Does he have any transfuses at all?
Oh, MarineKing's rallying!
Like
He's rallying!
transfuse.
He's rallying! Banelings up burrow to take on the Marines! These hits are fantastic. He surrounds the Marauders. He's continuing to push. A lot of what he has is in these medevacs, and he's got to unload them, which means they come out one at a time underneath Marines, on top of Zerglings, on top of Roaches.
Did you just screw up? Did you go on a creep, not be able to split, and did you just lose this game?
No, you know what? He split. That's the thing, right? He split really well, and it still wasn't good enough. Oh, the Banelings! Oh, they're going to get the SCVs! Oh my god, devastation everywhere. The Roaches are still not really contributing too much to the fight, but the Banelings finish morphing directly in the base of MarineKing. And with that speed, they connect to all these Marines, no problem. Off of Crate, Morlings flooding across the map, and I think Snute has done it, Zombie Grub!
Oh my god. Oh, MarineKing, he does check the 4th base, and that is not a planetary, that's just an orbital!
And the oh, these mules, these freshly dropped mules aren't going to carry him through this game. He's down on 30 workers. Even if Snute loses the army supply he has on this side of the map, he can replace it. Let's not forget, he got a macro freaking hatchery, so injects don't matter!
Oh, everything is coming to play. I love it. The Banelings, the macro hatchery.
I love the long con. Those 2 Banelings were the sickest 2 Banelings.
It's not over yet, though.
You're right. We're getting a little sensationalist. It's not over yet, but it is 34 workers versus 83. The one thing MarineKing does have going for him is he is reaching for those upgrades. Now, if it's Marines versus Zerglings, he's going to win the upgrade fight purely and entirely on those Zerglings every single time. But I don't think Snoot's going to let him do that. Snoot's going to keep pressuring with these heavy Baneling counts. We got a couple of Mutalisks coming out now. Zerglings trying to chip away at the Widowmines, but oh my god, Zombie Grub, this is... Those upgrades could be just as good as those 2 Banelings that were hidden over here.
Oh my god.
Those 2 Banelings were so sick, by the way. They killed with 5 Marines, but they killed 5 Marines at a critical point where there were no Marines in play. Yeah. Snute takes a 5th. Yeah. He takes no damage from this drop. He maintains this 3rd. Looks like some transfuses did get put into it.
no, the hatch rate. Oh, it's very unfortunate that he hasn't started the other upgrade on his Evo chamber. Doesn't quite have the gas right now. The Marines run out of range of the medevac, of course, because the medevac would have died. But now we have Mutas harassing. It's another problem MarineKing has to deal with. Not only that, well, his SCV count's already low enough, but it's going to get harassed.
He's not making any SCVs, though. That's what's kind of key behind this. It's a weird way to look at it, but it's kind of an all-in out of MarineKing. And for that reason, I think it's a little bit greedy, because for now he's got the money for it. But he can't sustain this without a proper SCV count.
We're making it every once in a while. It's kind of weird. Like, as you said, he made 3 and then he stopped again.
Yeah, he's got to get mules down. It's like so many Marines.
Yeah.
13 Marine production seems to be his priority. And
creep spread.
Yeah, you're right. There's not a lot of creep spread for Snute, but we saw how good his engagements were off of creep. He doesn't have 100 banelings by any means. Only 19. This is what's a little bit worrisome. Those upgrades for Snute, or for MarineKing, if he buys enough time, if he can hold off for another about a minute, that 3-3 is going to wreck the Lings who are on 1-1 still. Or 1-2,
Snute has to be so careful. Snute, I'm guessing, is feeling pretty damn good, right? He's on 5 or 6 bases almost. He's got the tech that he was desperately needed, but it's still not over. Like, MarineKing can use MarineKing splits. He can come back. He's on 4 bases.
I don't disagree with you, but there's a lot of bases for Snute right now. And if MarineKing does charge across the map, it's going to actually take a long time to physically kill Snute.
That is true, but all he has to do is get in the heart of Snute. Like, the outlying 2 bases don't usually matter all that much, unless it's a base trade, of course.
Oh, that's a lot of Zerglings. He's going for Enduring Locust and a Hive swap. I mean, not really a swap, but Hive tech, I guess, more importantly. But he's not really continuing with his upgrades too far through this. But whether it's Swarm Host, whether it's a lot of Banelings, I really think going Hive tech, if he goes to Ultras, that might be a good way for Snute to throw this game, in all truth and honesty.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't appreciate the Ultralisk. We also might start needing to see static defense. MarineKing doesn't exactly go Super Saiyan mode like some other Terrans with mass drops, but he certainly can. And I would be a little bit afraid of that, especially as you start to take those bases that are far outlying. Like the 6th base, man. I feel, should never
That's a lot of Banelings. He's going to have 50 plus Banelings again.
And the did start again.
Oh my god! Oh no, the heart of the army! Ooh, that supply drop out of MarineKing. He's still got ahead in supply, but oh man, that's gonna sting. He does catch some units over here to the south, and Snute might go for the surround. He's got some Widowmines to dodge. He's gonna take some really bad hits, but he's got so many Banelings that might not matter so much. Marines are splitting like crazy. Snoot's getting a little bit greedy off a creep, but he connects to a lot of the Marines before going down. Swamps from the left side. Here come those Mutalisks, and while we do have a very bad engagement for Snute, he's just got so many units.
Oh my god, that bank is absolutely insane.
That 3-3.
There's a big humongous gas bank.
Look at this 3-3. These 5 Marines just lived through like 30 Lings.
Well, we finally have those upgrades on the way. The Hive is done, but he's actually investing again into that +1 missile as opposed to 3-3.
But while this goes on, Snute's, he's not hurting for money. As bad as that engagement was, he's still ahead on the resources lost, and he's still ahead massively on income.
MarineKing, that was his huge army. That was like the one shot that he had. He's still only on 42 SCVs. His main base is going to become his 5th. It looks like he's taking the one off to the left, which is an interesting decision, considering that the right side of this map has been virtually untouched.
The Zerglings just don't have damage for the Marines. That 3-3 is ridiculous. Level 2 weapon upgrade is going to finish. It's going to look a little bit more manageable, but unless those Banelings connect, it's really hard to actually cause damage here to MarineKing. Oh, the Mutalisks get a little bit greedy. Actually loses a lot of Mutalisks on that high ground.
But there's barely any army left from MarineKing. Snute has done it. He's up by 70 army supply. He's going to win this game.
Well, bad engagements like this not going to contribute to, but you're right. I think a lot of this, again, kind of came down to earlier when he never replenished that SCV count. He never got the proper economy to sustain those crazy upgrade advantages that he had, and now he's not producing 13 Marines at a time anymore, not with the mules exhausted. Good game. Good game, Snute! Ladies and gentlemen!
My God.
Now, what's really especially cool about this for Snute fans is he'll go on to fight another great player beyond